Welcome everybody back to the Figure Kit Garage, fellow resin heads and kit builders. Brent Krug back with another out-of-the-box review. This is a bust that I received from George Stevenson over at Blackheart Models last Thursday. I was supposed to do the review on this last Friday, but due to the unfortunate news of the passing of a very dear friend of mine of 18 years, and spending the past week trying to get my head wrapped around that loss, I just did not have the heart to get the video done at that time. This bust is another from the MicroMania series, from a certain faraway galaxy. With the licensing issues, I'm not going to give the House of Mouse a reason to give George a whole lot of grief about it. So I'm calling this bust Master and New Apprentice. It is a 1/6 scale bust in 4 pieces, all white resin, 6 inches tall with base. Retails for $50 plus $10 shipping, and is sculpted by Joe Simon. For those of you who have seen this series, you know exactly where this bust comes from and the scene that it happens in. Probably a lot of people did not leave the room with dry eyes after that episode, but Joe has captured the likeness to a certain master very, very well. The hair details beautifully sculpted. This was sculpted digitally and 3D printed and then traditionally cast in resin. But Joe's talent for digital sculpting shows very well. The texture in his cloak, really, really well done. The hair detail, again, sculpted very nicely. Typical hairstyle for this character. His likeness is absolutely spot on to the way you see him in the series. And then in his right gloved hand is the little one himself. Unfortunately headless and armless at this time. But his little outfit, the collar and the cuffs on the end of the sleeves, really beautifully done. Little 3-pointed toes sticking out the bottom. And his little head will fit in right there. His sad little face, knowing that he has to leave Din behind to begin his destiny. His little ears pointed downwards, a sad little look on his face. And then his right arm, nicely keyed. Will fit in just like so. Reaching out to say goodbye. A little bit of putty work along the collar and along the back side of the sleeve, but nothing really major. Take that off before that falls off. Seam line work. Apologize for the popping and the cracking. There's a party going on next door. Seam line work on the robe. Not that bad. Minor seam line on the right side of his neck. Don't see any seam lines in the hair at all. Apart from that, the casting is absolutely flawless. And the base is the same with the other 3 busts in the series that I reviewed last September. Identical in every way. The glyphs around the edges. And he will sit on the base just like so. Put his little arm back on. And he will sit just like that. For fans of this series, this is a definite must. I do believe the other 3 are still available at this time, although I'm not sure for how much longer. Joe Simon's sculpting ability is amazing as always. I mean, the list of stuff that he's done, just a small sample For Three Kings resin, he sculpted the Medusa, the Alien bust, and the Berserker Predator bust for them, and I saw photos of those earlier today, and I was blown away by how fantastic they look. He's done the life-size Curse of the Werewolf and the Thing from Another World deluxe wall hangers for Blackheart, as well as the Nobunaga, Shaka the Zulu, and the Mayan Priest for the MicroMania series for Blackheart as well. And he also did the Bark at the Moon tribute that for Dale Mattingly that I reviewed last year. So Joe's capability in sculpting is, bar none, some of the best out there. And with this particular bust, it shows very, very well. And it fits, like I said, perfectly alongside Snips and my recently completed Mando and the little one. Fits in very, very well with that line. I still have to finish Queel. I have not started him yet. But these busts, once they're painted up, they're fantastic representations of the characters. So, with that in mind, contact George Stevenson if you're interested in this particular new bust alone. Give George a shout. It is well worth the price. I mean, $60 altogether for a 1/6 scale bust of this character. These two characters, I should say. You can't go wrong, and they're not shelf hogs in any way, shape, or form. So, contact George Stevenson. I'll leave contact information in the comments below. I want to say a very, very big thank you to Jason Walker and Scott Johansson over at Model Club TV. Episode 39, which aired yesterday, they gave a very, very big shout out to the Figure Kit Garage at the start of the episode. And with the week that I've had, everything that's gone on, that put a very, very big smile on my face, to say the least. So to Jason and Scott, thank you so much. Surprisingly enough, after that video, I jumped up 8 subscribers in a single day. So that is very much appreciated. For those of you who have not heard of or even seen Model Club TV, please go to their channel on YouTube and check it out. I believe they also have a Facebook page as well. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. Hit the like on their Facebook page. It is so worth it for everything that they do, from kit reviews to talking workbench, the interviews that they've done since they started this back at WantaFest 2020. They have done so much for this hobby to promote it, more than enough, that it's well worth checking it out. They started broaching the topic of 3D printing in the hobby, which has been more informative than I could even have possibly imagined. And talking with folks who use 3D printing in their businesses as well as, for this hobby. So definitely check out Model Club TV. Hit subscribe because it's worth it. It is very well worth it. They usually have new episodes every couple of weeks. They do giveaways. It's a lot of fun to watch, to put it simply. So a big thank you to them, and a very big thank you to everybody who has subscribed recently. For those who have still subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. So for a very short review of Master and New Apprentice from Blackheart Models, this has been the Figure Kit Garage. Everybody stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Build a kit.